All right, so in today's session, we would be creating a dashboard out of the reports that we have created. Okay, so before we start creating a dashboard, let's do some formatting wherever required, and then we can get started. Okay, so let's say let's start with this one, overall ratings. Okay, and if you have a look at this particular, this has got state-wise data. So what we can do is, what I will do is we will have all the three hierarchies for this data. So what I will do, I will just add zone. So in the category here, okay, and I will also add city, and I will add it here. Okay. So now we have this hierarchy wherein at the top there is zone, then state, and then city. Okay. I'll just keep it like this, and then same thing I will do when it comes to these graphs. So same thing I'll do. I'll just select this one and ensure that I have all the three filters. So here also zone, state, city. Same thing I will do for this graph as well. Okay. So just like the first graph, we have done this formatting, having zone, state, and city in the second visual as well. Now we'll move on to the next visual, and we'll do the exact same thing for this graph as well. So I'll just select this, and then again I'll do the same thing, zone, state, and city. It's already there. Okay, so I'll just keep this as it is. And now let's say I want to create a new dashboard out of this. How do I create this? First of all, we do not need no multiple, like we do not need too many visuals in the graph. Okay, in the dashboard that we are going to create. I think what I will do, I will start with this visual, overall ratings, and eventually I will see know how it looks, and then accordingly I will decide what all visuals I need. So I'll start with this one. So I'll take this. I'll just paste this particular visual. Okay, make it small, obviously. Okay, I need other visuals also, so just we'll do one thing. um, so I have copied this particular visual. Now the second visual I need is this one. Okay, so what I will do, I will just copy this visual. So now I'll copy these two visuals. So I'll copy the first one, copy visual, paste it into this dashboard, keep these to the left hand side at the bottom. Similarly, I'll copy the other visual. So there is one more thing, as you know that we are finding some difficulty. If you're finding some, so one more thing to tell you guys, if you find a little bit of difficulty while making the adjustments for while creating the dashboard, there's one thing that you can do is you can use the grid. So just click on this view tab, and then select the checkbox that tells you snap to grid or grid line. Okay, so what will happen is the moment you have this checkbox, okay, let's say we have a grid line, we have selected the grid line, and now let's see if I want to make the adjustments. So what happens is I will at least have some idea about this graph. Okay, so let's say I want to make it look like this, and let's say I want to extend this further. So I'm getting some idea about the alignment. Okay, that will help me. So I think this looks okay to me. So use this option if whenever you want to. All right. So after making all the necessary adjustments, this is how the dashboard would look like. I know this is not the prettiest dashboard, but see, as we are getting started, this should be fine. Okay. Now, um, let's say I want to analyze the data and provide some insights to the business. Okay. So now as you can see, we are able to. So now we can see the data now. So you can use this button to have the filter at the next level. So as you can see, we are analyzing the data for the at the state level. So we some time ago we were able to analyze the data in the context of zones. Now we are analyzing the data based on the states. So what do we see? The first thing that we see is that Assam, we can very clearly say Assam is struggling very bad. Analyze the data now, okay, on the dashboard. First of all, if we try to analyze the data based on the regions or the zones, we can see that North is doing good overall, okay. North is doing good overall. North is doing good. In terms of all these parameters, North is doing good. The region or the zone that is struggling is South zone. South zone is clearly struggling. If you see, uh, South is at the bottom when it comes to these two, and East is struggling when it comes to objection handling and overall assistance. As you can see, objection handling, East is at the bottom and the margin is also quite huge. Overall assistance, again East is struggling, again the margin is quite huge, okay. And when it comes to the other two parameters, South is struggling a bit, but again not with a huge margin. So from this, at least we can conclude that South needs to improve. Sorry, not South. East needs to improve when it comes to objection handling and overall assistance. That is one insight that we can draw. Now, if we see that North is almost doing good uh, with respect to all the parameters. If you see North at the top here, North at the top, and then again North is at the top here. Only for objection handling, they are a little lagging behind, but otherwise North is doing really great. Okay. Now let's try to analyze the data in the context of states. Okay? So how we can do that? So first of all, you will have to select this North button so that you filter the data based on the norm, but you are just not, you're seeing, you can't see anything, right? We want to analyze based on the state. So what I will do, I will click the visual and click on this button. Okay, so this will go to the next level. So this way we can see the state wise data, right? The same way we can analyze the data for the other visuals as well. Okay, now if we try to analyze the data in the context of state, you tell me, just by having a look at it, which state is struggling. Just by having a look at it, we can clearly see that Assam is struggling a lot in terms of all these parameters, whether it is overall rating, whether it is objection handling, whether it is assistance, overall ratings provided, and whether it is the positive yes or count, that is positive experience provided. In terms of all these parameters, Assam is doing very badly, and this needs to be communicated, as this state needs immediate attention to improve the things. Okay, which state is doing better? Okay, Rajasthan is doing good. Rajasthan here is also doing quite good. Then Rajasthan is not so good. Then okay, so Rajasthan is somewhat in the middle, but doing above average. But which state is doing excellent? So if you see, Punjab is at the top, Punjab is second, Punjab is top, Punjab is again second. So Punjab is doing, I think, a great job if you have a look at it. And not just Punjab, I think Uttar Pradesh is also doing pretty decent job. The the states that needs attention is Assam, as we said clearly, in North region. Similarly, we can discuss, we can analyze the data for East region as well, and the South and West as well. So if we okay, let's deselect North and only select East region. Then what do we see? Let's see that. If you see for East region, the state that is struggling is Madhya Pradesh at the bottom for all the parameters. In fact, the margin is also quite huge. Orissa is also struggling except this particular parameter, because if you see, Orissa is not doing so great. West Bengal is doing good job when it comes to East. Similarly, you guys can filter for only South and see how it looks. So if we talk about South, we I think did we check this or not? I don't know. South, if you see, Kerala needs to improve, right? Kerala needs to improve in terms of objection handling and overall assistance. Tamil Nadu is doing pretty decent job overall, and okay, uh, yeah. So I think this is the insight that we can draw. And speaking of West region, what are the insights that we can draw? Let's just see that for the West region. Uh, I need to filter it. So okay, now this is there. Now as you can see, for West region, Gujarat needs to improve when it comes to objection handling and overall assistance. But when it comes to ratings, somehow and surprisingly, Gujarat is doing good when compared to Maharashtra. So objection handling and overall assistance is something that Gujarat needs to improve. But in terms of ratings, overall ratings and positive, somehow they have got positive feedback. Not sure why, but that's how it is, right? So when you analyze this data, we can see that Gujarat is doing needs to improve when it comes to objection handling and the overall assistance. Okay, now similarly we can analyze data in the context of, that is the next level of context, that is city wise. Okay,